Do you think voting for Republicans is the way to solve that? Because I don't think I agree with that, frankly.
Tulsi Gabbard, who was I would say was a moderate Dem, and now is, she's not a Republican, but she ain't a Democrat anymore, just like RFK. Here she is, Tulsi Gabbard, who's in the military right now. She's an active serving member of our military. Hillary Clinton had the balls to say she was a Russian asset. Remember that? Do you remember that? Here she is on the Drinkin Bros podcast talking about how Democrats in the Washington uniparty are basically trying to destroy everything.
We have multiple fires around the world that are pushing us closer and closer to the brink of, war, World War III, nuclear catastrophe. Those are things that I would be honored to be in a position to actually help solve these problems and get us back to where we need to be.
Do you think voting for Republicans is the way to solve that? Because I don't think I agree with that, frankly.
I think that, it's not I think. I know that the Democratic Party, President Biden, President Harris, there's a lot of questions. Is there someone going to be switched out? It doesn't really matter whether it's President Biden or someone else. Because we've seen how the Democrat elite across the board are intent on holding on to power and willing to destroy our country in the process. So, whoever people want to vote for, they can vote for, but understand and know that to be true. And there are so many pieces of evidence that prove that. I'm not saying, there are problems in the Republican Party as well. You look at the uniparty in Washington. The uniparty in Washington, made up of both Democrats and Republicans, are eager to go to war. You look at this whole TikTok bill that was just fast-tracked through the House and is sitting before the Senate. That was a huge majority vote between Democrats and Republicans in the House. And it is a fundamentally anti-freedom bill, something Ron Paul recently said was the most egregious attack on civil liberties and freedom since the Patriot Act on 9/11. So this is not to say, one party evil, one party good. It is a statement of fact that the party in power in the White House is destroying our country and our freedom. And at a minimum, we got to stop the bleeding and begin to start to rebuild by electing the right people in office in both parties.
Everything she said there is true, right? And remember, this is a lifelong Democrat. She was a progressive. I know for those of you that are more conservative leaning, you're still not fully where you're not thrilled with her on, say, abortion, or you're not thrilled with her on the Second Amendment. I think she's really coming around on the Second Amendment specifically. We've discussed it and we'll continue to discuss it next time I have her on. But what she's saying right there is the Democrats, basically, it's just interchangeable parts. It doesn't matter if it's the dementia guy or the idiot. It's like, it just doesn't matter. They have decided what route they are going down of open borders and crime, and not blaming the people who commit the crime, but blaming the car manufacturers for their lock. Like, you get all of that. And then really what she said is the Republican Party kind of sucks. Right? They kind of suck, but they're probably a little bit better. Trump is a little bit different than that. Now, there are some rumors, by the way, that maybe she would be a VP choice for Trump. I have no inside knowledge on that. Who knows? I think it would be seriously interesting if she joined forces with RFK. That might be something interesting too. Either way, we just need more sane voices. But clearly, and again, that's why at the beginning of the show, we debated it this morning, like whether we were going to even show you any of those clips of Jordan and that Destiny guy, because it's not that his arguments are good, but there is so little left on the left that makes sense. And yet you have to admire the fact that they have an entire machine dedicated to confusing people so they vote for a party that is destroying their lives and destroying this country. Like, give the devil his due, it's just true.